Welcome to the reading. If this reading found you, there may be a message here for you. If it's not a message for you, it could be a message for someone you know. In any case, you found the exit. First number I was channeling is 737. Got it 78 times. And it means your spirit guides are proud of your resilience and durability when facing challenges. And they're encouraging you to prioritize more activities that bring joy and fulfillment. Okay? We also got 1212, 44 times. And I'm hearing one step forward, two steps back doesn't necessarily mean you're on the wrong track. It's like you're headed in the right direction. There just might be a need to make minor adjustments that are easier to make in the very beginning than once you're already halfway there. All right, I hope that makes sense. We also have 575, 19 times, and it can be a sign of life-altering changes or adjustments that may initially be confusing or cause anxiety, but trust they are divinely guided. And it can also mean something is off or away from something near. Okay. We also got 666, 8 times. And okay, I'm getting there is a need to refocus on spiritual practices because 6 equals time, space, and matter. There may be too much time focused on material matters and not enough on spiritual connection. Okay? All right, so the first song came to me the other day. I woke up hearing Soul Survivor by Young Jeezy. Just the part that goes, because I'm a writer, yeah, a soul survivor. But what's interesting is as it replayed in my head throughout the day, I kept hearing soul provider. Okay? Then as I was pulling the cards for this reading, I started hearing My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. So I'm already getting some clear messages just from the numbers and the songs, but let's get some more detail with the cards, shall we? All right. First we have the 8 of Wands. A trippy deck indeed. We have the Tower reversed. All right. We have Possibility reversed. And it says, focus your attention on what could go right. When you learn to imagine the best case scenario, you get to enjoy the experience twice. All right. We also have Inspire reversed. We have Subconscious Mind. I realize that subconscious beliefs or programs may be holding me back from my desires. For example, if I want money, I may have been told things growing up that I am subconsciously holding on to. So go back to my past and release beliefs that no longer align, substituting them with ones that do. Sorry, having a hard time reading. I know what I meant to say. All right. We also have Flower, be honest with yourself. Let's put this right here. Put the redheads near each other there. We have Death. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Looks like a tower. Interesting. Oh, it's right under the tower. How funny. All right. And we have the anchor with security, resilience, restraint, reversed. Okay. And the tower, again, with authority, boundaries, and solitude. Okay. Interesting. I'm getting messages already over here. But I'm going to actually start right here with these two. Okay. So, with these, right away, I get the feeling that a necessary change that you can see coming will be happening sooner rather than later. I also get that the promptness or expediency, is that even a word, in this transition will soften the blow, okay? I'm hearing like ripping a Band-Aid off quickly rather than torturing yourself by doing it slowly. Or say you're on a train. Okay, I'm getting a number again. What was this? 575. Like being on a train, you caught a train going the wrong direction. And so it's better to get off the train sooner rather than later, because the sooner you get off and catch the correct train going the right way, the less expensive the return ticket will be. Okay. I'm also seeing this Eight of Wands as projections of the outcome. Okay, or a result of these alterations, adjustments. That was the number 2. Okay, 1212 and 575. Okay. Okay, so let me explain, because that may not have been very clear. It's like the law of attraction. And I'm picturing a bow and arrow. And so you're aiming in the general direction that you're supposed to be aiming, but just the tiniest alteration or adjustment may land you a bullseye. Whereas, if you don't make this adjustment before you release the arrow, it may end up off course. Okay. So with the law of attraction, that which we believe and put out into the universe comes back to us as our reality. Okay? And they say when we worry about a negative experience, we project, that into reality, and we suffer twice. Once when we're anticipating the negativity, and then again when we manifest the negativity into an outcome. Okay. I hope this makes sense. Because we believe it will be true, it becomes true. Like the universe is always in agreement with us. Okay. So for example, if you project the belief that you will never overcome a particular challenge, then you are far less likely to put the effort into what you're struggling with, predisposing you to fail. Okay? So if you tell the universe, oh, I'm never going to make it, the universe says, you're right. And you don't. Okay? But I'm getting with 737, you have been resilient. It's just about keeping that up or making a slight adjustment. Okay. And so this is telling me it's important to be honest with your affirmations. Okay, so personal story, I guess. When I was learning about affirmations and mantras and trying to gain more positivity in my life, I noticed when I would stand in the mirror and I would say, I'm a wonderful person and I'm capable and I'm beautiful, but I didn't believe it, I felt like a phony. I felt like a liar. Okay? So it's important to speak into existence what is true for you. Don't try to delude yourself with mantras and affirmations that you don't believe, right? Okay, so then you ask, so how am I supposed to change my belief systems to manifest more positive outcomes, right? Okay, so how do I go here? Okay, so with the songs and the numbers echoing, this feeling I was getting when I told you about the songs before I brought out the cards. Okay, it's whether you call it everlasting life or reincarnation, it all means that the soul survives death. Okay, it cannot be created or destroyed because I'm hearing it's a part of spirit, part of the divine, part of God. So anytime your beliefs are projecting a negative reality, I'm hearing look back at what you've been able to endure or overcome in your personal past, or even in history, that past versions of you or your ancestors have prevailed over. Okay? If you or they could make it through that, I'm hearing like the Black Plague, okay, you will learn how to get through this. And those are the true things that you can speak into existence. We survived childbirth, right? We survived being born. So if you have to take it all the way there, go there. If you were able to overcome the challenge of being a child, go back to that. If you were able to make it through a volatile relationship, go back to that. And tell yourself with your affirmations, if I can overcome those challenges, I have the effort and the ability and, the wisdom to overcome this challenge. Okay. Slight adjustments. Okay. You're on the right track. Just maybe take a couple steps back and adapt a little. Okay. Let's go here. Okay, so this card actually, when it came out, kind of made me think of the Hermit, the way she's holding this, like the lantern. Okay. And so the Hermit reversed. Okay, I'm getting a couple messages now. The Hermit reverse talks about loneliness, possibly. So a slight adjustment to that perspective, because if we put out in the universe, I'm so lonely, we will get back being lonely, right? Oh no, come on, Spirit. I'm hearing everybody hates me, no one likes me, I guess I'll go eat worms. Okay, so this card also talks about electrifying. and motivating. So I see this as a call to action, to act on inspiration. Really embrace your inner masculine, whether you're a man or a woman or whatever. I'm hearing be your own boss with self-motivation. So look within, like the hermit, for the drive to see this through, okay? Look within your shadow or your subconscious for the slight adjustments that need to be made. And yeah, look within yourself. Look within yourself rather than relying on outside forces to push you through changes or challenges. Okay, so this is an interesting parallel, but I'm picturing you standing on the precipice of a cliff and you're supposed to jump off like the fool, but you're reluctant, right? And so making slight adjustments before you take the leap will ensure that you hit deep enough water, okay? You won't hit the rocks below. And taking this leap, acting before it's acted upon you, so like jumping before you're pushed, will subdue some of the trauma, okay? Some of the, soften the blow, okay? When you make the choice to act upon this inspiration rather than the inspiration acting upon your life, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay, so now with these, I'm getting a lot of learning. Okay. Okay, so how do I arrange this now? How did that go? When I was in school, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but they would often say the best way to learn is by making mistakes, by getting it wrong. Okay, well, I guess it kind of makes sense, because if you always have the right answer, you're not learning anything. It's stuff that you already know, that you're just regurgitating, right? So learning and evolving takes getting it wrong and then making slight adjustments so that you can learn the right way. Okay. This is kind of echoing what I was saying about the hermit with this tower saying solitude and authority and boundaries, like being your own boss and not relying on outside energies, forces, people to tell you what to do. Finding the answers within the hermit rather than looking everywhere outside of you for the right answer. Okay. Because no one knows you as well as you know you, hopefully, right? And I'm pretty sure my collective is self-aware. I don't think you would appreciate my channel if you weren't self-aware. Okay. Spirit is saying their hats are off to you for making it this far. Okay. Your soul has survived many lifetimes. I'm hearing through the Great Depression. Okay. So some of you that might, you may have past lives in the. You know what? Well, I'm gonna do it. Hold on a sec. I gotta get another deck. All right, so this is my past lives deck. I just wanted to get a couple of cards out for some specific messages about your past lives, things that may be you're processing in this lifetime that are carryover from another lifetime. And this is totally spontaneous, so they are not shuffled. All right, so let's see here. Whoa, all right, that's what we're gonna get here. All right, starvation or dehydration for death, prophecy and gifts for lesson. This is what's standing out to me. Okay, and so you may have been in the military in a past life. Overcoming loss. Ascetic. Buddhist. You may have been Buddhist. Oh my gosh, the Hermit reversed. How about that, guys? Pretty cool. Okay, and okay, and we got animals. All right. So you may have, I don't know, you may have been a herder or cared for animals in a past life or in your past. Okay. So anyway, that's the reading. I hope this finds who it's meant for and you're able to glean some kind of synchronicities or encouragement or confirmation from it. I'm also being called to point out the red hair. So specifically for some of you, you may have red hair. Anyways, yes, I hope this finds you who it's meant for. And if you like the way I read, I truly appreciate you being here, you sharing your beautiful energy with me. I love the shares, the subscribes, and I love the likes, and I love the comments and all the love you guys show me. And with all that being said, I think I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.